there, I'm your geek, and this is Geek to English, the place where tech gets translated into plain language. Today, we're breaking down the outages at Cloudflare and Microsoft, what caused them, and why small mistakes can shake the entire internet for millions of people. Imagine it's a normal workday. You open your browser, and suddenly every site you touch keeps spinning like it's on a fidget spinner strike. The culprit isn't some supervillain tapping on a glowing keyboard. It's a tiny, boring line of code tucked inside the systems that run the internet. Today, we're walking through a couple of times that tiny and boring turned into global and dramatic. On November 18th, 2025, Cloudflare, one of the biggest behind-the-scenes companies keeping the internet fast and safe, hit a pothole the size of a crater. Cloudflare handles traffic for about 20% of the entire web. If everyone on Earth were using the internet at that moment, that would have amounted to 1.6 billion people. So what happened? During what was supposed to be a routine update, one of their systems generated a configuration file, which is a file that gives instructions to the system. That configuration file grew way larger than expected, and it caused a critical internet traffic routing component to crash. In other words, some of the internet postmen got lost. And when Cloudflare's routing goes down, websites go down with it. The fallout hit huge platforms like ChatGPT, X, Uber, Patreon, and Shopify stores, and a whole collection of everyday services. So for millions and millions of people, the internet just stopped being the internet for a while. Now, just a few weeks earlier, Microsoft had its own internet-sized headache. An accidental configuration change inside something called Azure Front Door, which is Microsoft's massive content delivery system, triggered global disruptions. Because Azure powers everything from Outlook to Teams to the background cloud services inside countless apps, the effect felt huge. Some services went down completely, others slowed to a crawl. And IT teams across the world had to break the news. I told you, it's Microsoft. A single change in a single place rippled outward, touching millions. So here's the thing. The internet isn't a giant magical cloud. It's a huge collection of computers run by humans who sometimes make small mistakes. And when those mistakes happen inside companies that sit at the center of global traffic, the effects show up on your screen. That doesn't mean the internet is collapsing. It just means it's built by normal people doing complicated work on an enormous scale. It also reminds us the technology we depend on every day is incredibly connected. When one piece hiccups, other pieces cough. It's not something to fear, it's simply how big systems behave. The upside is that every time something breaks, engineers learn from it and tighten up the defenses so it's less likely to happen again. So, what should regular people take away from this? If your apps or websites suddenly stop working, don't panic and assume it was you who broke the internet. More often than not, the issue isn't your Wi-Fi. It's one of these big providers hitting a pothole. Sometimes the smartest move is to simply wait a bit and let the experts iron out the mess. It's still helpful to keep a few options offline, like downloaded maps, saved documents, and maybe get into the habit of keeping important things backed up locally on your home computer. You don't need to become a tech wizard. Just think of it like carrying a spare tire. You hope you never need it, but you're glad it's there when the road gets bumpy. You've been listening to Geek to English. Thanks for being here. If you've got questions or stories of your own tech adventures, send them to questions@geektoenglish.com. Be sure to follow for more content, and don't forget to share this with someone you love.